Green hats for you right here, Miss Scherfer. Guys, there's more visionaries here. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for being here. We gotta wait for some people to come in the chat because I was on earlier. No, I got it. Thank you. You probably carried this thing for miles. Man, you're incredible. Thank you.
From Route 50.
From Route 50, I carried it all. You remind me of Scott.
Route 50 right there.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. That's my loss right there. The local gentleman just whipped me on that one. Thank you, sir. Thank you for bringing all this stuff, Mr. Floyd.
There's nothing like it. Your park.
To your park is pretty good. I'll have a drink with you.
One of them might be warm. Just be careful.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
That's a good one.
Just looking up your ancestors.
That's right.
No, we've been watching the streams. We've been, we did the Hagerstown.
Hey, you're out here just a few minutes?
Yeah.
I'm jumping in and we're out.
All right.
We did the Hagerstown thing. We're here for the 1776 guys, which I believe is the surviving stem of the large convoy.
Yes, sir.
And growing. And we're hoping Big D gets out tomorrow.
That's right.
And what else can I tell you? We drove about an hour to get here.
Thank you. And you're the gentleman who brought us the Old Bay seasoning.
I'm the guy who brought the Old Bay seasoning to the camp when it was in Hagerstown in February.
And
all that.
Floyd, thank you so much for coming here. And are we allowed to put you on camera? I know that you badass Department of Defense employee, former employee, right? But even the DOD is supporting us. DOD employees and incredible visionaries. Thank you all so much for coming here. I love you guys. Please tell me. And they brought us cold water, guys. They brought us a cooler full of ice and water, and it's really going to help us with thermoregulation and hydration. Thank you. Look at that, guys. Look. Ice cold water.
There's more in the backpack.
And there's really nothing better than ice cold water that, you know.
Day like this.
That's right. You said it. Yes, sir. And so what was it that made y'all want to come out here? What was it that made you think, it's worth doing?
Seeing that you're encamped here.
Yes, sir.
It's like we can go out there and they'll still be there. We won't just be showing up and they're gone. And then since you're here for a length of time, it's like, well, these guys need some supplies.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir. That's right.
We figured we'd load up something, and then we heard of Santa getting locked up.
See?
That really got us under the collars.
That's right. I think it really frustrated a lot of people to see some abuses of power, maybe.
And then your testimony stuff going around to the different places saying, well, why is that guy not picking trash up? How come those people coming in here didn't pick their trash up from yesterday for the other protests?
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah.
And then cops are picking it up. It's like, you guys would get cuffed up and taken out for something.
That's right.
Like that,
you said it.
Whereas everybody else isn't. And that's not right.
We got a lot of intel about some security threats the other day. You don't want to get too worked up about that, but you don't want to be complacent either, right? You want to be vigilant.
Ahead of it and you'll be
yes, sir. And it was interesting to see all the police officers pull away yesterday. There's usually one here, 4 up there, and 4 up here. And yesterday afternoon, when there were 20 to 40,000 people up there, nobody.
Wow.
And so we were just like, uh-oh.
Wow.
Doors open, folks. Here it comes.
Yeah. Well, DC cops are known for corruption, and the thing is, it's not all.
Some, right? Yeah.
A lot of them have gotten out, and that's all over, even in Maryland. The ones that want to do the right thing are the way they're being treated and considered criminals.
Yeah.
Forget it. Why do it? They don't get enough to do it.
That's right.
So, yeah.
And Polish Agnes's signs is what actually really nailed it for us. I knew you had the Natural History Museum in here because since I was a little kid, it's always been the building with the dome.
Yeah.
It's always the one with the big mammoth in there and all that stuff. So I'm pretty sure that's the one. So I thought, okay, they're near there. So go wrong. Then we drove and drove and drove. Saw Agnes's great big new signs from today.
She did a great job. I was blown out of the water seeing that. I was just impressed.
There they are. And we got to figure out a way to get back.
Now you had to find where to park, right? This entire block is.
We got a spot person.
Did you get one at the end of that? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
it was like Apollo 13.
Oh, you're the next block up.
We had to get back to the Earth. Well, we had to figure a way to get back to this.
You got to swing around the moon and use that slingshot or something, right? And ma'am, how do you think people at DOD might view this assembly of citizens?
There's a lot of conservatives in the government, but they're keeping low key.
They're sworn to oath is like the rest of them.
But
yes.
like I said, where I worked at, most of my office was conservative, and we had to be. We're government oversight. We look at contracts. We read the thing.
Right.
And I can tell you right now, executive orders don't overrule the law.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when you have to sit there and contact a lawyer every day for every executive order,
That's right.
Something's wrong.
That's right. This family has a sign that says "Stand with Ukraine" on their side, and we see a lot in the media about Ukraine, and you know how Hunter Biden was able to help that country progress to a. Oh wait, never mind. That's something else. We'll talk about that on another show. Yeah. Next, we're going to talk about all the goods and services we get from Ukraine. Oh wait, no, never mind.
Well, I have an aunt who's German.
I come over here.
Tell you that when Obama came in office,
yeah,
she lived World War II. She lost her brother, 5-year-old brother, when she was a kid. They got locked in the farms at night due to when the English would come in and bomb.
Really?
And her brother died in bed. She cannot be around
God.
somebody dead now because she had to lay there for hours waiting for whoever it was on the farm to come back.
With her dead brother.
With her dead brother. But she started having flashbacks with Obama.
It's terrible.
Antifa are the brown shirts. My aunt had a personal experience as a teenager where she was taken for hours.
Oh no.
And disappeared. She will not talk about it to what they did to her because she did not wear their uniform. So,
I'm sorry.
But what she sees here, she says, as long as we keep our guns, we're going to be safe. She says the reason Germany was taken the way it was is they took all their guns.
Yes, ma'am. What do you think about some of the challenges to the Second Amendment that we've seen from the executive branch recently? Caliber restrictions and red flag laws and things like that.
Well, New York wants your social media password. You got to give them that. That's what they're doing.
In order to get a permit. So much for shall issue.
Yep,
that's going to go back. You know that. It's going to be
interpret your First Amendment statements. Determine your Second
That's right.
Amendments.
That's right. That's actually, Floyd, would you mind saying that again, sir? That was a hell of a comment.
You're going to take your First Amendment statements on your social media to determine whether you're able to exercise your Second Amendment rights.
That's right.
Which, no, it doesn't work that way.
That's right.
They're already there. The rights are there already.
Bob, you going to make the move and hold the spot? Indiana Bob is already on this. He's like, listen, Pilgrim, I've been doing this for a few years.
What you do, don't you just
Yep. We just do the Jenga game, yes, ma'am, and we just hold these spots.
Everybody, one person moves up, you either move up or you move back.
And that's just to take this block. We've been holding this block as kind of our, our primary place. And we started up there. Santa got arrested one block up.
Yeah,
Okay.
And if you walk back there, I think that's the block where y'all are parked, right?
Yep.
If you walk that whole block, you will not see one sign that says no trucks. And when I came down here the days before to conduct reconnaissance, I went all over this whole flipping city trying to find an area that would have shade trees and visibility that would be between iconic structures where there would be a high volume of pedestrians, right? But also where I can park some trucks. And as soon as we park there, I'll get out, move. There's no truck parking here. And show me the sign. Oh, it's on the corner.
And they say you were commercial or something, and then there's like other commercials.
That's it. Commercials on the street. On the
It's
street
a
with us.
truck. It's right behind.
That's right. Yes, ma'am.
We've been following pretty close. I mean, we have it either on our big screen in the living room, or it's on an iPad on the couch, or it's on the computer, or it's on one of our phones sitting somewhere.
Thank you.
We're pretty much tuned in almost 24/7, almost.
And are you still working? Are you retired?
I'm semi-retired from NASA.
Oh, wow.
They
Really?
probably just gave me away.
Holy mackerel. No way.
And
No way.
now I work
You're
for,
kidding.
Now I work for an undetermined
He started
agency.
on the shuttle and ended his career. He started at 17.
Yeah.
He needed somebody.
No way.
A certain telescope and a certain re-entry space vehicle that I used to work with.
You're kidding me. Incredible, sir.
I'm not kidding.
And ma'am, did y'all meet at work?
No, his mother and my mother worked together.
Yeah, her mother
You
and
have
my
to,
mother.
come on. This is an incredible patriot story.
Her mother and my mother were both mothers.
No, they worked together.
Your mother and my mother were both mothers.
And his grandfather worked
It's an
with my
acid joke.
grandfather. And we met 40 years ago, and this October will be our 40th wedding anniversary.
Your 40th anniversary. Congratulations.
Look how young we are.
You are young. You carried this cooler all the way down here, you know. Man, I guess I can't ask you anything about your work. I imagine a lot of that's protected, right? Is there anything that...
You, all those people are taking an oath just like Congress does, except these guys, they sing the anthem in their meetings, they say Pledge of Allegiance in their meetings, the whole 9 yards.
Where you are now?
Yep, they're active military, all these sorts of things. They are like, they just got to follow their orders from their higher ups, but they do what their job is, their umbrella of their job. They don't really go above, outside of that umbrella. So what's going on is outside of that umbrella.
So much of what happens at these agencies and entities is sort of outside of our awareness or outside of the scope of our awareness, but it sits clearly in our ontology, right? It's here in our reality. It keeps us safe. Without the work that these individuals do, we probably wouldn't have safe satellite communication, which means your GPS isn't going to work. You know what I mean? You're not going to be able to get where you're trying to go. It means communications are going to be down. It means a lot of secure radio communications are going to be down, which is going to affect our military's effectiveness, you know, at home and abroad. Absolutely. Radar systems. So think, Pearl Harbor and think Dulles, right? And all the implications, but incredible implications.
Hey, so
Yeah,
I'll
when
tell you
9/11
what,
occurred,
look at these bricks with
the
the
building I
concrete.
worked at.
That's a very good
is
observation. This is
considered
where it came
the
from.
fourth building is the fourth place in Maryland. You've got to count the Naval Academy
Yeah.
as being a terrorist attack.
Well, we have 2 points to make. We finally got folks who work for the United States government who seem brilliant to come out, and they solved the problem for me. Where did the brick come from, Floyd?
I believe it came from around one of these trees because there's the exact brick and the same concrete. Somebody just has to work one of them out of the ground, and bingo.
You're exactly right.
That would be a 2-pack if I pulled that one out.
That's right.
That would be a 3-pack.
So I think Floyd figured it out. He's a smart one, huh?
No.
Worth keeping around. Do you just hack and engineer things all around the house?
Pretty much.
What's one of the coolest things y'all have hacked, or most interesting things that?
I can't tell you that.
What does that do?
Oh, is that
Well,
the bed shakes? You put a little. There's an alternator on it and a solar panel and
I'll tell you one time I made a remote control shark fin.
a remote control shark
I made
fin.
like a torpedo looking thing with a fake shark fin on
Yeah.
the end of it.
Right after
Dropped it
Jaws came out.
off of a pier and drove it around and scared the hell out of the kids in the creek. Jaws!
This was after Jaws came out, the movie.
I would just control it and bring it around.
Oh my God!
And it had reverse. You ever see a shark go backwards? Well, this one would go backwards.
Only when they're feeding on a whale carcass.
And then they took off. I go out and I grab my shark and swim back.
That's hilarious.
It's pretty cool.
Well, I have a visionary on here who has a question for you. Connie Rice. Would you be willing to take a question from Connie? Let me look at the ground while you fix that.
Let me fix this.
Sorry, we just lost our glasses. So, oh, look at this beautiful visionary over here. Look at this distraction,
Somebody shot a laser in my eye.
everyone.
Oh, hey, there's Uncle what's his name?
Somebody must have shot a laser in my eye.
Giving stuff. He's giving us our taxes back.
Was he? I don't know about that. Maybe.
No, I'll take a question.
Uncle Sam. Okay. Ask him about UFOs. What can you tell us?
I can tell you.
How to clear a room.
I can tell you how to clear a room
Yeah.
at NASA with them. Just bring up the subject, and people will get up and walk out.
Okay.
Depending on where you are in NASA, because they're not allowed to talk about it.
Right.
I even showed a guy a picture of one that was a valid one. I said, "What do you think it is?" The mouth zipped, walked away. He was a friend of mine,
Really?
and he walked away. Didn't say anything
Yep.
because he can't.
Yep.
So I was like, "Oh, so you're involved in that, are you?" Which I did not know.
Sure. Yep.
Kind of gave it away.
I would imagine that Uncle Sam is really good at protecting.
They're real. It's a matter of whose are they. That's what we're trying to figure out.
There we
What I'm
go.
trying to figure out. I can probably tell you I was a MUFON investigator for 20 years.
Really?
I can tell you that.
This is something interesting then. What if we just talked to you as the MUFON investigator?
And that was in the Annapolis, Baltimore area.
Okay.
Anybody that knows local lore will probably know who I am by then.
Huh.
But
Knew him.
Really?
We had. He'd
anyways,
get the calls. He could call right to the radio.
yeah, we get calls from
Well,
the
it's a real and serious thing.
I have my phone number at the airport.
Yep.
So if somebody called the airport saying, hey, there's something flying around my yard,
Right.
the airport would say, call this guy. So 2 a.m. I get a phone call. I tell her, I got to go. Shoes on, and out the door I go with the camera. I get there while they're still breathing hard. And like, what did you see? And I start taking a report. Sometimes it's pretty weird. Sometimes it was just like somebody's Christmas lights and they didn't have their glasses on and they could see something changing colors. And it was just a star in the sky behind their Christmas lights changing colors. That kind of stuff, you gotta filter that kind of stuff
Yes,
out.
sir. Yep.
And there were other ones where
Credibility.
it's like a string of lights, couple strings of lights taken off out from behind, like I won't say a base, but say another government place.
Yep.
It's like kind of makes you wonder what's going on at that government place.
Yep.
But that I wasn't at that level of it. I just wanted to document what they saw, what it looked like, and try to establish patterns of where they're going, things like that.
Now we're talking. I have some patterns that I can give you. I have some property which sits under a military training ground. I found out a friend has a pilot's license in a plane, and he came to plot a route to fly over my property to take some pictures of ground-to-air NATO signals that I was teaching pilots on, search and rescue stuff. And he plotted the route, and he said, no. He said, I cannot fly anywhere over your property. And hey, welcome back, Ron. Good job, buddy. Ron's back. Another Patriots here, guys. So I always assumed it was Raytheon or Northrop Grumman or something like that. But there are things that have made me literally put my weapon on the ground and just put my hands up to observe it. And 3 or 4 instances where with other healthcare providers and, teaching courses. And I've had a whole class just stop, and stare with their mouth open.
You're also with the government. There's so much airspace near the government facilities where you can't fly. So that would also
see things going right behind military vehicles and things, and you wonder what it is.
I'll tell you some stuff about 51, and having been to the line, as it were.
Oh, now I'm Art Bell. This is awesome. Coast to coast.
There used to be a geocache at Area 51.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'm the guy that started the geocache.
No way.
And that geocache is now gone. I saw the camo dudes, if you will, going through it. I had like alien keychains in there, all kinds of crazy crap in there.
Yeah.
And it was on April 8th where it was deployed.
Yeah.
Because April 8th was very important around the Chesapeake Bay area. Where there were
Why is that?
5 UFOs that flew around the Sandy Point area. One of them, in fact, had a beam come down and like just cover this guy in light.
Oh my
on his
goodness.
lawn. And I visited him with Boy Scouts later on. And I said, hey, are you the guy that had that sighting here? And he's like, yeah, man, I thought they were going to just find me right here. And he started talking about it.
Wow.
Kids.
Wow.
And it was 5 of them. They flew. Eventually, they just flew away.
Yep.
It's near the Chesapeake Bay on the east side.
Aberdeen's over there, and lots of other testing facilities.
I had something fly over
North
my own.
Severn was testing.
I had something fly over my own neighborhood.
Something you were working with caused that.
Yeah, it drew its attention.
You're
Yeah.
going to want to not go there.
But we had to move it, and it went to another state, and the UFOs went to that state.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's something to it. Don't
Yeah.
think. Don't
We got
think there's.
visited by, ended up being a man and a woman in black in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
To get
Oh,
them
yeah,
away
yeah,
from
yeah.
doing ghost hunt.
Because
Really?
I did.
Ghost hunt.
Because I did the thing in 51 and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm sitting at a casino in Vegas,
Where were you?
and I had a
Blackjack.
actually
Double
roulette.
deck
I was
blackjack.
actually doing roulette,
Roulette? Okay.
and actually I had a test shirt on from a military vehicle from Annapolis. I was wearing it. A guy come up and started talking to me about that, and him and this lady started asking me. Well, we started talking about, I don't know if it's in or something, and I said I went out and took the ride to the line, the 51.
Yeah.
And turns out the guy knew where I lived. He knew my
You want to get a video of this?
bridge on the river where I was. Are you raising that?
He's erecting
Yeah,
it.
we want to know why there's some flags are half-mast and some aren't.
Got you right here.
I'll finish.
Around DC. This is incredibly
I'll
interesting.
finish all
This
this
is
story
what I
later
want to talk
because
about. Hang on.
these two people steer me into ghost hunting instead of UFOs.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you want to switch to that, you might get better results.
I think we have a lot to talk about.
Oh yes. And then I just blew the lid off that subject too, but it's another story.
We have a lot to talk about. And there is a mute button on here, you know? I'm not encouraging you to break any, right? There you go. Look at it.
Hey, a duck!
A real duck. Is it a mallard hen?
See, we're good friends with OTR.
Oh, on the front.
OTR Survivor.
Yeah, of course. Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Cool. I hope he's doing well. Yeah, send him my best.
No, he is. His mom passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or no, his grandma.
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
There's no such thing as low enough. Get it up.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to put it on.
How high does it go?
24 foot.
Actually, do whatever Bob told you is going to look better because you're just going to have to redo it. 24 foot. He means feet.
24 foot up in the air.
He is happy about that pole, isn't he, actually?
He's got the biggest pole on the convoy. All the men have been competing for that.
I'm going right there only because I don't want it in the tree.
Well, it's an escalation. If they mess with us, we'll raise it higher.
Oh, hell yeah.
10-4.
Most definitely.
Welcome back,
I
bro.
apologize.
No
sir.
problem.
Welcome back. This is Floyd. Floyd Ron.
I'll do. That takes priority.
That flag. That's right. Over all of us. That's what we're here for.
Every day when I park, that thing goes up.
That's
As
right.
high as I can get it.
Sure
That's
wish
right.
I had it there earlier because I was looking around for you guys.
Yeah, it would have guided us right in, right?
I turned on we had the audio on the speaker, so I was like, listen for the audio here, like a horn honking or something, and then we'll put the window down and see if we can hear them. I forgot about the delay.
I tell you what, we really need you in the frame. But if you don't want to be in the frame, you can stand right here and whisper into the microphone so we can hear the side commentary. Check it out, Truckers for Freedom for Bryant. 10-4 for Bryant.
Bryant is the one who
Rest in
was in
peace,
Berkeley
Bryant.
Springs, took sick.
Yes.
Week and a half later, he passed away.
He had already died twice before he come out and joined the convoy.
3 times.
3 times.
3 times he died.
In Hagerstown,
Yes.
I was sitting there just by myself eating a sandwich. He actually took the time to came over and sat next to me.
Yes.
He had
And
just got
without
here.
any prompting
Oh my
or anything,
God.
just told
So
me
he
the
heard the story before Wizzy went,
And I was
where I heard it all.
Really?
mesmerized.
Yeah, because Wizzy was the next day
I
that somebody told him you need to
that
hear
Saturday
him.
morning at Berkeley Springs.
Oh, wow.
Saturday morning, Bryant went up on stage, told his
We
story,
saw that.
was not feeling good.
Right, he didn't look
Yeah.
good.
We got him off the stage, got him down to his truck. He refused to go back to base camp
Right.
until we. I'm sorry. I am the only non-family member that has ever driven his truck.
Oh, that was.
I just met that man Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, I drove his truck back to base camp.
Yeah.
Zach and me were with him for that week and a half that he was back at base camp. Saturday, when he went to the hospital, he did not want nobody to go with him except for Zach and me. I had a man's keys to his rig, and I was point of contact locally. For this man, until his family came in town, that I turned it over to them.
It's a big deal. You did a good job, honoring him and them.
One day, the day he passed, when we found out, Zach and me on the CB gave Bryant his last call. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, come on.
I'm sorry. Good job, man. I'm sorry.
God, man, that's the way to feel after this experience.
I only do that, man, for not even a day when he had that much trust in me to drive his rig back east.
Big deal. He needed
I didn't
you.
mean to lose it.
No, you can turn that thing off, and that's why I blocked it coming out of the
God bless you.
Oh, normal thing. What you did was look out for them. You did it for Brian. You helped him in his time of need. You're there for him, and that's a big deal. Why did you?
Did you see the back of the shirt?
Hope
Keep going, man.
Go look at back of my truck.
I want to know about this.
Go look at back of my
This
truck.
stuff that you're doing.
All right, Bob. Welcome back, Bob.
I apologize.
Oh, believe
You're
me,
good.
Brian
You're good.
was a
He's a hell of a guy.
Back of the
very good
driveway.
inspiration.
That's right. Yes, ma'am.
I mean, his family to let him come back here because they knew he was on borrowed time
That's right.
and stuff.
That's right. And you know what? Brian died on the field standing up for what he believed in.
Yes.
He died the way he
Zach
wanted
was
to.
actually the one who called for the rig
Right.
to transport him to the hospital.
Yeah.
I
He
didn't
went
know.
on his
No,
own.
you're fine. No, this is a natural and normal human thing. It's a human thing, processing
I thought I
emotion.
was over it.
Yeah.
No,
I thought I
grief
could
is.
It's totally natural and normal to process grief. Just like you're saying like that.
You can be years from now and you still break down.
That's right. 100%.
Like when my mother was dying of stage 4 cancer, I did all my grieving before she
You
passed.
got my chair, buddy?
When she passed, I had to be the tough one because
For
I
the
was the
family.
one that had to handle the stuff for the family. But grief will hit you just on little things.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Knock you to your knees if you let it. That's right. Yes, ma'am. They're a father-son team from New Jersey. They joined us in Hagerstown, and I think they've lost like two vehicles and a home and everything like that. You want to talk? Excuse me, please.
Yeah.
That was us. I had the black concrete with the lights all around it. Right up to the, I could go something. This is I told you I'd be here. I told you I'd be here.
Yeah, I just remember somehow we knew. So when it got posted there, around the corner, they said it was not. My family, yeah, that we watch storyline, live on patrol, but a 10-year-old that's been following the police moving and I didn't watch it because I had a few of them that told me to watch this game, and it gets you.
Well, that's what I have. Well, mine is for all over the country. I have been That's nothing to do with I'm adopted. These are not violent.
And I told my boss, because he would get the letter signed before the end of the year. No, I was retiring. I said, my letter signed. She goes, oh, it's there. This is safety. So when the truck came in, he had
They know about it. What are you going to tell us, though? I'm going to save your number, too. I was looking to call you earlier. One last little... Oh, that police officer on the bridge. That's what I was going to tell you.
Oh, I'm calling you now.
All right, yeah, see right here. 401. Who? Him?
No, I just got called a fascist.
Oh.
This guy going by.
Bob, welcome back, brother. Good to see you, my friend. I heard some trucks were pulling in up there at Bunker Hill. Were you there for that? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That's what I heard. Yeah. Well, yeah. I will.
Driving car, my Toyota.
Yeah, I got you.
You didn't give me the keys.
Okay, all right, no problem. That sounds good. I would love that. Thanks. They just took off.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, I said I was about to leave. They were waiting for me, and then these nice people showed up. They're from the chat, you know, they're online. He used to work for NASA, and now he works for an undisclosed federal agency, and she's retired out of DOD. They're huge supporters. And I see a lot of people that work. It's been really cool to talk with them and interview them. You want some zip ties, bro? Interview?
I already have one on my.
What I try to do is connect it to chairs, because we can't connect it to a bench or like a lamppost. But if we could put it on chairs or
I have mine on the side of my truck.
wherever you can do it. But clean chairs is a great way to do it. Here are 2 zip ties.
I'll figure it out.
You're gonna do great.
We're just gonna grab that side of the sign. I'm gonna grab this side.
All right, guys. I just got incredible news. I can't share it at this time. Some big news just came in to the movement, and it was related to. I can't really say. Some big news just came in and confirmed what we were thinking. Bob, don't go anywhere, buddy, because I want to talk to you. If that's all right, ladies and gentlemen, the real Bob. Oh, let me flip it around. The real Bob is back. I was sitting in his truck that day, right, when Santa got arrested and everything.
I haven't forgot about you.
Oh, Violet, the wild, slippery Texan. You couldn't forget. That might not, it might be the lazy Texan, but I like slippery better, you know. Man, Bob, what's been going on at Bunker Hill? How are things looking there? And
we're just kind of cleaning up, reorganizing a few things, trying to get my talking skills.
Violated the rules
Yeah.
of office. We believe in,
look at these Patriots guys. Sorry, we're not going to be able to talk over them.
We believe we have inalienable rights given to us by God. Our government does not give us our rights. We have that.
Oh, they're on the move, guys. They're Oscar Mike.
And it is time the government to resume this correct balance of power and return the people to the people that we have.
Don't drag that flag. All right, Bob, we're back and we're talking about Violet. No, we're talking about Bunker Hill. I'm just kidding. But shout out Violet again. And Violet, you ought to send Bob an email or something. Come on down here. You know, it's friendly.
Take a flight. What the heck?
Do you have any social media she can contact you on?
No, not in. I'm not real tech savvy.
I don't blame you.
Hey,
All
I
right.
know how to text. That's about one thing.
Well, I don't know. If you put your number out on the live stream, you'll probably get some people messing with
I
you.
do not want to do that.
All right, so we'll give you a little bit of space on that, no problem. So, what's the mood like over Hill? How are people feeling? And
Well, we don't like to be together as one big family, but we've got messages going out in different directions.
Right.
And everybody's still spreading the word in whichever way, whichever capacity they can do that.
Yep.
The people that are watching us that can't make it down here, just go talk to your neighbor, go talk to a friend, go down to the coffee shop and just see if you can find a like-minded person.
that's a great idea, Bob. I think that's awesome. What else can people do if they're not able to make it down here right away? What are some things they can do maybe in their communities, like you were saying?
Yeah, just spread the word. That's the biggest thing. Let them know this movement isn't over. It's a 1776 restoration.
That's right.
And any support at all would be a big help. We're all moving in the same direction. We're all searching for our freedom. We want our freedoms back.
What do you? Yeah.
We're here for you, people. We're fighting for you. We're fighting for your neighbor. We're fighting for your kids. We're fighting for everyone's freedom. Left, right. It's humanity. It's humanity we're fighting. You always think this has never come here. It's here. It's happening. It's a nightmare. You just gotta wake people up and let them know this is not right. We gotta get back to some ethics. We gotta get back to humanity, loving your brother, treating a person with respect, the same respect you would expect.
10-4. 10-4 on that. How long do you think we might be here?
For how it takes, as long as we can be doing some good. If we can talk to one person a day that starts questioning what's going on.
That's it. And you can see it on people's faces as they go by, and getting these big signs with the website, I think was wonderful. So huge shout out to Polis Agnes who put that together. She just showed up with all these signs and was like, here, you need these. And so we put them up, which is cool. So thank you to Agnes for getting these signs and these flags together. Super cool. And
Thank you, Agnes.
we're getting the
Everybody
message out.
subscribe, press your like button, subscribe. Agnes, all these screamers out here are
That's
doing
right.
a big job.
That's right.
A big job. This is our new media.
That's right.
I can't wait to say bye-bye, mainstream. We
You
got
said
the
it.
new media going to take over everybody's job in those big three-letter number companies.
That's right.
Like, yeah, everybody, you know, it's all exposed.
That's right.
Everybody knows what's going on, or enough people know what's going on. You're not going to put the cat back into that.
When you look at kind of how we've set up here and the flags down, you know, both sides of the walkway here, and the Patriots on the bullhorns, and the Patriots patrolling with the signs, and you know, all the way we've taken over the block down here and the block up there and part of the block here. What do you think when you see this? It was a little bit different than day one, right? And then you were like, hey, I got a big truck. They don't want me here. They want me, even though it's an RV. You know, it made more sense to get some space. But what do you think about what you're seeing now?
I'm seeing more people taking an interest in what we're doing here.
That's right.
And they're going to talk to somebody tonight at the supper table. They're going to tell a friend tomorrow what they saw over the weekend.
That's right.
And the word is going to get out. They know we're a peaceful protest.
Right.
You know, we back the blue, but it's a whole different thing what's going on.
That's right.
And I feel sorry for our military. You know, I hope they can still feel proud to be in our U.S. military.
I hear that. It's tough to take unlawful and unethical orders, and then you balance that against the paycheck and retirement and, you know, future jobs and honorable discharges and, what your grandparents think of you or whatever, you know, your ancestors and all that. And it can be tough. What's your mom think if you know, you don't become a whatever rank? Yeah, because you stand up.
But hopefully they're getting the support they need.
Right.
You know, they're listening to the right people. It's a weird state we're in right now. We got to keep putting the message out.
You said it. They say right on. You know, they say right on. Absolutely. Thanks for talking to me, Bob. I'm really glad that you're back. Glad that you're here, man. Really good. Really good. These people are super interesting over here. They came down. They're usually on the channel, and then Ron pulled in, and we all started talking together. You know, gentleman used to work for NASA and now works for an undisclosed agency. She just retired out of DOD. And great that they were able to come down here and support us.
I'm glad to see folks in that particular line of blue are on our side.
That's it. They are on our side, and they say that, you know, they're more conservatives than you would think at those agencies and entities where they work.
Like you're talking
I think they brought Scotch tape for their cheekbones, you know, and I think they have glasses and big hats and things. I think he's wearing a mask and an extra part to a nose. In fact, I really do think he's disguised. He's doing a great job. Yeah.
That's all right then.
He's doing a great job.
They do have to be careful. It's amazing what will happen in the atmosphere where
Yeah,
you can be vilified
that's right.
just
For being-
alone.
For being a patriot.
I'm going. Be safe.
Good to see you
Okay.
again, sir.
Yeah.
You're going. Are you coming back?
Well, maybe later in the week or so. I'm doing election judge stuff and
Okay.
selling insurance full time.
Yeah.
I'm doing a fundraiser Friday night with a Nashville singer, putting that concert
Cool.
on. So, I parked a mile and a half away, so I called Uber. They're coming to get me here in a second, take me back to the car. You know, it's supposed to be the closest spot to here, but
Turn these people around and say hello. Maybe would you be willing to just say a quick hello to these folks before you head out? I know you're waiting on the Uber. How many seconds?
I got here. So, 3 minutes away, it says.
3 minutes. Give me one. Because you're the best dressed patriot out here. That's for
I
sure.
don't have my full Uncle Sam outfit on.
And I know you're working, right? You're working with your insurance business. But what caused you to come here and help us today? What caused you to even come and be present?
I was out there with you for a month, serving hot chocolate and
Yeah, of
coffee
course.
to you. Did 10 pots of chili for you. Did ice cream for you out at the.
It was
Freeways.
I'll think of it. Salt and Light.
I was with Salt Light Brigade with the cops
Yeah,
and everything.
I remember.
And then I went with
Yeah,
my
Salt and Light.
insurance company, did the chili, and we did the ice cream.
Awesome.
For my insurance company.
Thank you.
So we made all that happen. I spoke at the first rally down in Bunker Hill.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Good.
And then my convention of state stuff on regional capital with them.
Yeah.
You know, they were going to adopt a lot of that into the platform here too, because
That's right. It's already on this document with the website.
All this stuff that you want, you can't get without Article 5. Article 5, there's one word in there with 2 letters, or. Congress can make amendments to the Constitution, or
2/3 to
several of the
3/4.
states can do it, which is the 2/3 of the states, of which we have 19 right now, the 34 we need. So we're very close to being able to get there. So
that'll be a big deal.
all right, so where's Big Tom? 0.4 miles away. He's almost here.
All right, you've got it. Patriot will get you there.
There you go.
What's your insurance company?
Modern Woodman of America. It's a not-for-profit life insurance company who I sell insurance for. I have Adam Calvert coming out to Hagerstown, Maryland this week. He's a country-based singer. He's on tour bus and everything. He'll be there Friday night doing a concert for us for help support Brookline mental health services. So.
That's an awesome cause. Really good job. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes to talk to me and for coming out and spending hours here helping
I
us.
was out there showing them, say, is your inner patriot ready to emerge? Have conversations with you, then use the flags, pass the flags out,
Yes, sir.
get them to stop, and just hook them in and start talking to them.
Perfect.
And we found several patriots out here today just by doing this.
What's the best way to approach these folks to have a policy discussion, and how do they usually respond?
Yeah, well, I've talked a lot of insurance at fairs, and I blow up balloons and pass out to the kids, and then once the kids got the balloon, then I start talking to the parents.
Yep.
Same way here with the Patriot stuff. You know, is that inner patriot ready to emerge? When I was at the Anne Arundel County Fair last year, I signed up 70 people in a 4-hour time span.
Wow.
Just using that approach, just saying, right over here and sign the petition for prevention of states, and they were just a sign and orders.
Yep. Good. Good work.
You got to be infectious with your enthusiasm, right?
Good work.
All right.
Good work, Rick. Right?
Rick, that's it.
Really good work, sir. Thank you so much, and thank you for all the support that you've given
Be
us.
safe and stay out of Goose Cow, okay?
Aye,
We got 2 police cars just physically backed in. One's a van, one's a car, down at the corner.
Backed in where? I see them. They're turning around.
Yeah.
I got them. I see them. I love you. All right, guys, it's the fuzz. Quick, get your scotch tape. Well, I don't see any police down here now anymore. They were out here and then they took off. We actually have an open parking spot now in front of that Mercedes where we could fit a Patriot. And we got the flag. So, yeah, I was going to shower, guys. I was going to do all that. But, then some cool Patriots showed up and they're worth talking to. They're really worth talking to, especially that industry. It's a high-level thing. And very intelligent people. So awesome to get to work with them. You're also a very intelligent person. I'm very happy to get to work with you. Where's that bolt? Let's teach the visionaries. Let's go in the shade.
Yeah, let's go.
Is there a bench in the shade? Let's be smart, folks. Come on, folks. All right, Dennis. Hold on. You should give it. This guy's brilliant. He'll probably get it in 2 seconds. We have a challenge. We have an engineering challenge.
I need a washer off of the bolt.
Okay.
So, nuts been heli arced on there, but there's a slot on top of the bolt.
Okay.
That's an oversized washer. Now what I can tell you is that washer will come off with
Is this one of them puzzle things?
maybe something like that.
There's a lesson to it. Dennis, this is the Patriot mechanic, and Dennis taught me, and this is Floyd, and Dennis taught me an excellent lesson this morning using this as like a teaching tool. And, man, nobody's been able to get it, but I figured if anybody could, you might be able to.
I don't think we're going to go that way.
He's like, give me your freaking laser.
Sometimes you'll have a problem presented to you, and you'll have what appears to be a solution right in your face. But then the more you try it, the more futile it becomes.
Oh, Mudpig's in the chat. What's up, buddy? How are you, Phil? So, Phil, we're working on this like engineering, social and physical engineering tool that Dennis used to help me learn a very important lesson today. And the smartest man I've ever met is now here, and I wasn't smart enough to come up with questions to ask him that would be interesting enough. Hey, how are you? Yeah.
Why not?
Ah, now he's exploring other opportunities. It's tough. Look at Dennis, all happy and smug. This fucker. He's built like 4 of the. How many of these you built? 20.
Dozens over the years.
From now on, these are going to be your calling cards. You just put your website on the side, and then once you get this point across to people, that's one lesson, right? Things aren't always as they appear, and we talked about that earlier. Things aren't always as they appear. Simple solutions are often best, and don't always trust what you see, right? Scotch tape.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't always trust what you see, and investigate everything. Mufon. Ah.
Here's the solution.
Yeah, son of a gun.
I ain't got it anymore.
I couldn't get it. I pulled on that thing for hours.
Your
No,
eyes are telling you.
it's impossible to get off. It's impossible
I
to
don't
get
think
off.
it's impossible.
Well,
It's something to do. I think maybe this thing.
that's what I was
Be
saying.
a distraction.
I think it could be. I believe it could be. It sure looks like it wants to do that. I don't know why. It's already welded.
I can tell you it won't fit over the nut. Won't
It
fit
is?
over the head of the bolt.
It's gotta go, I think, like this.
He'll figure it out. If you give this man enough time, he will absolutely
I was
figure it
stuck
out.
on the moon by myself and nothing else to do. That's all.
You would have already invented a way to solve it. Yeah.
It wants to go in this.
That's what I was trying to do.
That's what everybody tries to do.
Sorry, that's the
That's
distraction.
there.
That's the distraction. That's the beltway.
It's got this is pointy for a reason. This one's pointy for a reason, and that one's not.
Well, it's just out of sheared. I didn't do much to it.
Oh, okay.
It's just an ordinary lock washer. A little bit bigger than that. Oh.
Good. I like how he's investigating the structural integrity.
Stainless steel too.
Stainless steel.
You can't get these anymore.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta be a dealer.
It's getting harder. It's
Right.
getting harder to come by everything.
Really?
Hardware, whatever.
It wants to do that. All right, I'm stumped.
Taking it off.
Oh, for God's sake! Are you kidding?
I did the same thing to me, same thing to Raptor, same thing to Spider, same thing to Steve. Every single person has done it too. It's the same thing.
Things are not always as they appear.
Sure.
Heck got that
And
right.
look at this. Like, so that's it, right? There are lessons
That is
in that
very
he was
cool.
communicating to me related to this movement.
Very cool.
Things aren't always maybe as strong and welded in place as we think, and maybe we could get social policy change. Maybe show them how you did it in case they ever see one of these at a Cracker Barrel or something.
That nut's definitely welded onto that thread.
It's definitely no.
No question about it. There's a slot in the top of the bolt head.
Should have brought one of mine.
We've got just a little bit of room on that lock washer. You really think it'll want to come off through the top, but it won't. You can play all day with it. It won't happen. Won't come
Yeah.
off this way.
It opens up and it's a compartment.
Oh, that's badass. That's really cool.
As it turns out,
In
we
the
can just
summer, you can wipe a little of
take
the
the
cream
nut
of real oil around it so it seems to be melting. That's ridiculous, right? So Dennis set us all up with a trap.
Good,
And the-
good going.
The point is, things aren't always as they seem. Sometimes there's an easier solution. Investigate everything. And you probably had one more in there. I
you
thought we
can
had
keep
4.
going on this one. Just explore all your options.
Explore all your options.
Don't be tricked into thinking that the thing on the surface is the best way. You know, the well-marked path is the one
Yep.
that will get you to your destination.
That's incredible. Floyd, I was just wondering, people who are working at very high levels of government, people who have worked their whole lives and studied hard, who have become experts in their field, people who multiple other governments also look to for success and expertise, right, and excellence, because the United States leads the way in so many of those fields. There's a lot riding on that. There's a lot of education and tuition expenses to pay off. There are incredible benefits often associated with these jobs and access to incredibly powerful people, entities, concepts, information. How do we get through to these incredibly powerful, intelligent, connected people to say that, hey, we're worth engaging with? You know, we're not a bunch of whatever anarchists or whatever. You know, we're not here to overthrow the government. We're not here to take over any federal buildings. We're not here to take, you know, prisoners or anything like that. How do we get that message across successfully, sir?
Track record.
Okay.
Show what you guys are doing right now. Having been here for numerous days, and they keep, we're going to do something, we're going to do something.
Yeah.
You've been here all these days and haven't done anything that they're expecting you to do. Like
That's right.
break windows or do all kind of bust glass and do all kind of crazy stuff.
Patriots don't do that.
And even some of the police were like, we like what you guys are doing. Some of the police were like, well, we're just following orders, you know.
That's right.
Picking people up. But I was just thinking that, like, yesterday or today myself, is that how can people take these guys serious? It's because don't do anything like,
Exhibit good citizenship.
yeah, show you're loyal. You're not doing anything that's really off kilter. You guys aren't.
We're parked legally. We're paying the meters. We're waving American flags.
You're not writing your name in the dirt.
No.
Spray paint. You're not harassing any people.
Picking up after the dogs, right? We're not even zip tying the flags into, you know, any public property.
Yep,
So consistency and track record, and getting it out with the live streams to document it, to memorialize
like
that.
even when Santa got taken away, it's like, what has he done? Nothing. He hasn't harmed a thing.
That's right.
In fact, he even had transportation alternatives. He wanted to leave at least one lane open on the beltway and
Absolutely.
all that stuff, and not impede all the traffic.
That's right.
So that if they wanted to say he completely closed off the beltway, that's not true.
That's right.
That's on the road. That's polygraphable because he didn't.
That's right.
He didn't seal off the whole road. He left the place, I think maybe even on both sides to go around.
If you go to work and you use the term polygraphable, you're a badass. All right, everybody listening at home, if you're familiar with the polygraphable term, you're already a badass. You just pass that muster right there.
Lie detector.
Yeah, lie detector. Yeah,
Pass a
absolutely.
lie detector. Use black traffic? No. Lie detector. Just a smooth.
Some of it. Yeah, depends on how you look at it.
It's a real name Santa, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe a little hit.
Yeah, maybe a little, right? He would recognize himself as Santa.
That's so cool. The tour guides even introduced him as Santa as they went by.
Did you hear that? Yeah. They honked for us
On the
now.
right side, we have the Museum of Natural History. On the left, we have Santa. People weren't even looking at the museum. They were looking left for Santa.
Oh my God. Little do they know. Yeah, little do they know.
Like, there's the museum's right there. Everybody wants to see it.
Thank you for coming all the way here from Maryland, right?
Yes, sir.
And gosh, we're in the middle of such an interesting discussion. What we were talking about before, you're peeling everybody's brain back with some really interesting information.
Oh, man.
A lot of us have been in the country and been in the woods, and we've seen some things that we can't necessarily explain. And
What shows would I recommend watching? Paranormal Witness.
okay,
It's a very good show if you can find it online. I think there were only three seasons of it.
Paranormal Witness.
Paranormal Witness.
Okay,
That show, they actually take you into the story and have the actual people that it happened to, they're interviewing.
Yeah.
They're not actors. And things like figures coming out of the woods. And I mean, there's some stories that are absolutely, I mean, don't watch them alone because they're that scary.
okay, yeah,
They're very scary.
yeah, for sure.
Paranormal Witness. It's very
Scary because it's too close to reality.
Another show called UFO Witness.
Okay,
That one I kind of have to take maybe an 80% good, 20% grain of salt, because sometimes some people mistake it for something, weather balloon or something.
that's it. I don't have a lot of training on.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them are unidentified to me. F-35, F-18. I don't know.
But
You
you're
know.
not looking very hard either.
That's right.
But there's also stuff that
You don't have to when you come to my place in Colorado.
Like get it in your head that okay, there's certain characteristics you're not going to accept for a fake case. Like did the thing make any? Is the thing just sitting there and then drifting off over time? You can't say that's a UFO because anything can do that. A star can do that at night. Drift as the Earth is turning. We've had cases like that. Water balloon go up and drift. This is referring to Skywalker Ranch.
Yep.
That show is on. That's worth watching.
Okay.
But anyways, if the thing zips into the scene and then zips out or up, over, down. Then
Yeah, 90-degree turns, coming to complete stops. What about translucent craft that are triangle shaped? Tell me more.
Kind of crazy stuff.
Might be crazy.
Yeah, it's like beyond like swamp gas. Have you ever actually seen swamp gas?
No.
You can't really see it. It's just a
Swamp gas with a G, right?
Yeah, you can take.
Because I've been hiking. You know.
You can jab in the ground, go into a swamp and jab in the ground, and then it starts bubbling up.
Huh.
Just take a match and just throw it in there, and it actually light. It actually
Wow.
makes swamp gas with fire.
Wow.
Does it cause a haze and all that? Maybe it does somewhere, someplace, but it doesn't go up and zigzag and take off 9,000 miles an hour. That's not swamp gas.
Here's what I'll tell you. When I have it outdoors and unofficially
Take
travel,
us all the way up to another part of
it's
town.
about an hour for the truck.
That's what
It's a good spot.
I'm looking for.
He knows the spots.
They got Wright Patterson Air Force Base and all that good stuff.
Rough country out.
I'm looking for a place where I
I've heard
can
that.
where
I've
I
heard
can
things.
self-sufficient.
I've heard.
I'm not
understand
looking to be like that.
what kind of
Look, if a fox scream is very distinguishable. Coyotes, when they're in a frenzy, I've been around with
We had back up 2 or 3 of them in the
and people will think, oh, there's demons in the woods going crazy.
I
or
know
something.
it all, that stuff.
There's like a coyote in heat somewhere. Like we brought our Cocker Spaniel once out to a place in West Virginia, a trail, and it happened to be a full moon, and the coyotes were around. The Cocker Spaniel were in heat. These coyotes went nuts, and you could hear it from 2 or 3 mountains away. And people would say, "Oh, this is kind of spiritual gargoyles or something."
That's just a song goes.
Yeah. So,
There's been things I have trouble explaining. I don't have trouble explaining.
the Bigfoot thing. I've gotten through the UFO thing. I've gotten through the ghost thing. I'm almost on the Bigfoot thing. I got one more thing I'm trying to work on, but once that's done, I'm going to go to Bigfoot. And there's people that's got footage of that thing ripping the bark off the side of a tree and stuff like that. Really just tearing the fibers of the tree apart.
Everything in
And
there.
we've already got blackberries from growing up there. They were there on the property.
You work your shot. You work them fast.
Yeah,
You have to be self-sufficient. And it's getting there. If you're not self-sufficient, you're not going to do that.
even in England. For some reason, England has these little things that glow in the night and fly around. And they're not lightning bolts or anything like that. They show up on thermal camera.
I'm still
They don't show up on regular camera, but they show on thermal.
What you may want to do is you've got
Weird stuff.
There's some weird stuff. And I don't doubt that there's a good explanation for it. We just don't know what it is.
Yep. We can't say we know everything. There's still
There's only
lots of
three. I have
There's a lot
one.
of explanations.
My son has his.
So,
that's a shame. People get so educated,
Not that saying
PhD wise, and it's a good thing. They get educated into not accepting. It actually closes doors for them in some regards. It opens up a lot of
see it with your eyes, it doesn't mean it is not so.
precisely. That was cool.
You like that?
I'll be
That
honest,
was cool.
thinking
And
about
I figured, there's no sense trying to take a bolt
Why
off. It's
wouldn't you
welded.
brought it on there?
It's welded.
because I had this shirt on.
I have a 3D printable Oreo cookie
Yeah.
that they can unscrew and they can put make a geocache out of it or something. And that's fact I think they have. My son has actually done that.
Hey,
A
Raptor.
little sign-in sheet that you found it and you screw it back together and it sits in a place where people come look for it.
Somebody suggested, and I'll probably do it, is have that laser engraved as a business book.
I have a bunch of them.
Yeah.
They're business cards and shit.
I'm not, I can't remember.
That's awesome. Awesome.
I like it.
We're having a paranormal discussion.
We have you doing the fixing when vehicles break down there?
I am the one they call Patriot Mechanic.
Okay.
Okay.
So, there has been some of that.
I'm sorry that I missed whatever you two just talked about. I was advised of a security thing.
Oh, nothing. Bigfoot and UFOs and stuff.
You're trying to get me to tell my Bigfoot story. This is all a setup. You're trapping
Do you
me.
have one?
I don't know if it's that. I have spent enough hours in the woods. You know what things sound like and look like. And
during
And there's
the
things you can't really explain
Well,
and ought to be able to.
We have on that, and we know there's
well,
yahoos in our area,
Yeah.
West Virginia.
they leave them alone there. They're like they're a family of something. They just leave them alone.
Yeah, they
Usually
live on a
that's-
mountain for the yahoos.
There was a
Different
place
dogs
called
wild.
Ice Mountain, and I was literally right down the street from Ice Mountain. Same with Area 51, literally right down the street from it, asking people where is it. Everybody looks at each other like, well, we don't know. We've never heard of it. I'm like, come on, like Area 51, they're
Yep.
selling aliens in jars and
Yep.
you know alien keychains. I'm like, come on, it's around here somewhere.
Right.
Same with the Ice Mountain. It's like, where is it? Well, we don't know. But we go down the street at an open house thing for an old building,
For the
and they're like,
town.
okay, we're doing tours to Ice Mountain. I was
There we
like,
go.
oh, so here it is. It's right here all along. It's right down the street from the store we were at.
Wow.
Sure
Yeah.
enough, there's a hole in the mountain.
Be right back.
Couple
Please
holes.
excuse me. Can you be in charge of the Visionaries?
Okay.
There's a hole in the mountain where the natives would put their stuff. It's 30 degrees in the hole in this mountain. 28 degrees inside the hole in the mountain. It's like, why is it so cold in there? But it is.
Year
I don't know
round.
why. Seems to be a lot of silica around. I don't know if that has something to do with it.
But you're not allowed in the mountain, and
You
in
can't
order
go
to
there.
go to the mountain, you have to be with a guide. There's a certain name. If not, they will shoot you if they catch you anywhere near
There's
there.
plants and stuff there. They don't want you treading on. You got to stay on a certain
He
path.
lost
And certain plants that only grow there.
Yeah.
They grow in remote parts of the world, but they're growing there for some weird reason, and maybe it's the cold that they like or something. I actually got down and shot a camera in there, and there's all kinds of stuff hanging down. Put my hand in there. Somebody used a thermometer
Yeah.
thing, aimed it at it. It's 28 degrees in there. I think it's pretty remarkable.
What kind of elevation is it?
Elevation is like 400 feet, maybe.
No, it was a little higher than that, but
No,
We're not talking no Ganges.
no.
no, that area, I think the highest peaks are a little over 1,000
But I
because
did-
the 2,000 feet doesn't hit until you hit down towards Seneca.
I did find an area down the street though. We were looking for this place that was uncanny. It was ridiculously cold. We went to go turn the car around. It's like this little dip in the road, and it was like really cold there. So I'm thinking maybe there's another one of these someplace that they haven't uncovered yet.
That
I
are-
don't
or-
doubt that there's and we're probably an explanation. More than likely.
Some kind of energy
Something
being
we
taken
should-
away.
A chemical reaction, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. Silica, like you find in the little packets when you open up a piece of electronics, it's got silica in there. So they got blocks of that all over the
Well, when
place.
you all went, if you went from Hagerstown to Berkeley Springs, you had to go past the silica place.
Yeah, that's right. It's right there.
The
That's
silica
the
is right
place that
across the
makes
street.
the,
that they got.
sand filter stuff that's in bags is made right there at Berkeley. And you guys could have got unlimited water there at Berkeley. It's next to George Washington's bathtub or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
There's a place
Yeah,
to
there's
draw spring water right
You
out
just
of
bring your own water jugs,
it.
free,
You can go there all
free
the time,
spring water.
fill up their jugs and carry them.
I've been a few places where it blows out of
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. And it's nice and clean.
Well,
Fresh.
68
there. We were someplace. I was working at a kosher turkey plant in Mifflintown, Pennsylvania, and there was some spring, and I mean it was making water, probably 40 gallons a minute.
Wow.
It was making water. And,
Dennis!
hey, Rosie!
I got water. Help.
Awesome. And
You need any help?
everything that was
Yeah, we will in a
Get your
minute.
fat ass up. You got 3 cases of water.
Ah,
Gotta get my hug. Gotta get Dennis a
Good to
hug.
see you too.
I told her she needs help.
Tried to
I'll
get
help
her sooner, but man,
But I'm surprised I got this. Let the younger guys grab the water.
you got it. You got it.
So yeah, just red.
I've got some water in
Yeah, I
here.
love seeing that spring. I travel all around the country working.
Yeah, Berkeley, it was over for the spring. It's right in the area where bathtubs are.
Yeah.
And you can't miss it because kids are stuck going over there. It's like you see on the other side of the street, the little shopping center. It's right there. And they have jugs or something. Most people just bring water, little
Right.
water jugs. But we have like the 7-gallon jugs because we use that in our trailer.
Yeah, there's a lot of places good water boil out of the ground.
Yeah, just flush it right out.
And remember, spring water is 68 degrees or 65 degrees here anyhow, so it's cold, yeah.
Ohio, we allow 55 degrees.
Well, see,
Wow,
with
yeah, 'cause
Parker
you're
Springs,
really north.
but Berkeley Springs, remember they were known for the warm springs. That's
Yeah.
why Washington came there. So that one may not be.
I think there's a mineral thing there. You can go.
Yeah,
You pay money to go in.
best place. So Cena went to it, I think.
Yeah,
Because
it's a mineral
took
head.
it
You can go in there.
My dad built a geothermal for your shop for the barn.
Awesome.
We went 5 feet down.
That's all.
We went 5 feet down. Said, ditches were 3 foot wide, 125 foot long. We had 600 foot coil. Together.
You waiting for them to unlock the door?
He's got it running through a 3 foot radius.
Rose,
Squirrel cages
I
behind
don't
his
know which
sheet
one's her vehicle.
on a boiler pump.
Wow.
But it
I
goes
asked
in
if she needed help, but
winter.
yeah, we have some more water here.
It'll drop
It's not coming, but there's some there.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, but I'm not sure which vehicle. One of these cars.
not rocket science. So yeah, for the cost involved, we got 2 squirrel cages on 2 radios.
Why not? Take one week on. Like cold water.
No, thank you. I just had
The cold water's what he's gonna get from over
This is
there.
a warm one.
There's a lot of cooler for them,
I thought
but
that
they
you
all
might-
wouldn't fit in.
We'll switch it out.
And I brought spring water.
We had to help a diabetic who was having problems at the 7-Eleven. As we were coming out, we were
Yeah, she
debating
was
whether to take
behind the
that bag or
wheel and
not.
started losing control of the car.
Yeah, she actually crashed her car and then she pulled in the thing and she was sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
End of the world. Like, are you okay? And she like, just mumbled a couple things.
Well, I had to take one day. So, I'm the one that brought it.
But yeah, that goes up 24 foot when it's fully extended.
Because that's why we had the one. Says, ask if
Down to
you
put a
got
new
that.
flag on or
I always do.
And if they ran into the store,
I always do. I just didn't have one. As soon as my son gets back,
Wait for America. They said, well, that'll get us coherent enough. But I told her, I said, she's got to be 2 nuts. But she also had in the hearing, she said something about she's got 18 nuts, which probably helped drop it.
no,
But she did, she said she didn't have a problem with diabetes and stuff. That's not true.
what
She said,
I would like to do is a BMW or the local Boy Scout troop. Have them
we had the police officer, they
from the
checked
base
out
camp.
banging her medicine. I think she was on insulin because they had, so they
I
had,
want part of
they had
that.
a graft of one back. I was like, yeah, the insulin's in there. It's gonna be that.
But what I'm saying is I want them to come to base camp. I want some of the actors. Because this gets fast. Yes. I don't have the rest of my ashes with me, but I have ashes that date back all the way to early
I
conflict.
watched these convoys when they started, and as the people
I
started
have
crying,
every single flag came from, where the flag burning ceremony was.
yeah, Hager's
I
down,
have that letter from,
since we did it with,
I mean, letter on top of letter on top of letter.
weekend.
But where every single, where those actions came from.
And then Berkeley, a couple times we thought we'd get there and we were up working on property or something. But yesterday it was raining.
Scoop out the ashes.
There's always something to get in the way.
Well, up there, it was cutting the grass and we had to get the line lawnmower. That was regular grass cutter. It takes me 3 days just to cut what I can cut, which is the
All
road.
the
Because
ashes,
rattlesnakes, you don't want tall
even
grass.
though
We've already had a run in it.
Theoretically, not enough.
That's not what you need for a good day.
But all the Rosie,
Made it.
Guys, Rosie Rowe made it. I'm sure Black Wolf wants to know that you made it.
I
You
think
have
he's
to say
live
hello.
right now.
Is he live? He
Yeah,
must
one
be
for you, one
because
for Jess.
everybody took off. All right, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
You just had a little
That's why we don't go near them. That's why some things we
Yeah, it's all good. It's just, you know, about 5 people came by and black.
But this is process.
no,
Yeah, I was here at 16.
It's funny because I was,
Yeah.
I had
My
told,
last
I
one
had
was
told
12.
Maureen a lot, and I told her,
Yeah.
and he got a lot on their knees. And I was like, are they really? So I figured I just put that on the side and put it back on my mind.
Task oriented. I love that.
Around here.
Yeah, so that launches something wonderful up at something that does something beautiful here.
I got well, I probably started
Yep.
see semicolon backslash back.
Definitely too. Up close. That was the program manager one of them.
Wow.
Actually, for the 100th one, I'm one of the few that actually has the 22.
Really?
When they ran the 100 line, I was actually there.
I don't really know. I mean, I've been following some of the live streams out of the pilots doing the
2 pilots
We're just
five
Yeah.
matches.
Well, I started a Rosie Rowe Patriot YouTube
sorry.
channel, and I haven't gotten into it. It's still up there.
I was wondering, I couldn't go in the military myself.
Yeah, I got this first.
Found another way.
Started Department of Defense.
Yeah,
I
I
contracted.
did contract prison, but
How
I
long
didn't
did you
say
work at the
37 minutes.
37 and a half?
Once I had Excel.
Yeah, so, and I'm not a tech.
Oh my God, it's such an honor to be able to speak with you.
I
Thank you for
started
your
in
service.
the 70s, then got laid off.
I know I'm
Laid off all temp. So I worked with state.
I still got water down by my car.
I went back and got married. 2 weeks before that.
Yeah.
Married, I went back.
Yeah.
So I worked on R&D stuff. That was my role, like environmental rules. I started out as secretary.
Can we talk about Colorado? Southern Colorado? North of the Enchanted Circle, you know, in Dallas, New Mexico, the whole Enchanted Circle is north of there at about. I believe that. I believe
He was
that.
fine.
You're kidding.
That was the last time his mother ever walked
Yeah.
on the road.
I know he's a cutie too. He, right?
It's Pacific.
Well, you know, he was.
Oh, you know he's brilliant. Yeah, yeah, I know he's brilliant. Just come. Yeah.
X-ray. I still have 2 cases of water down by the car. I need hauled over there, please.
All right, we'll
One
do it.
came
Give me
up
some
and he
strong
didn't know
men.
which
We'll do
car, so that's why he walked back that way.
Yep.
Well, Ron already brought over some stuff, and then the other guy whose name I never remember.
Here you go. Don't let it touch the ground.
Of course
All right.
not.
Where's your car? I'm all
I'm in the incognito part.
Order for TOTS program. Speaking of order for TOTS, there's another metric on it.
That's some kind of hydraulic system.
Yeah, it's called a pipe. You go around and look and see where the missing bricks are. Some bricks missing over there.
I don't know if they're missing or covered.
That brick he found under a tree matches exactly. Seen that in one of these.
Yeah, but look, they all had it.
Again, order for TOTS. 1-800 Deer Park. Doing something.
Yeah, we're trying to engage these folks.
That's like, I want to get the 1776 shirt. I still wear the People's Convoy shirt, and when I go out, like I go into the store, people talk.
We'll warm over the
The thing is, I've been watching this thing. It's like a lot of folks walk by and they're like, "Oh, we're like an exhibit." They just look and keep going. No one actually engages them, saying, "You know why we're here?" None of those folks actually stop and ask, "Why are you here?" There you go. What that means.
We passed what fruits, one coming around.
Saw the church feed this morning. It was pretty cool. As we started driving in here, I was like, "There's my church, there's my church." And then I saw there was Rubik's Cube thing sticking out of the ground, which is right over here. I was like, "There's the thing WYSIWYG film." I was like, "I know we're close." Give him the.
I was gonna say I got a laptop when it's in my car. Right now it's in the car because
I'm like, you don't know how bad I mean, I don't want to stab it through
Uh-oh. There's booze. All over the place, acting thirsty.
I don't know if there's a room.
Well, it'd be inappropriate to do that to another gentleman, but
Thank
you know, thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, yes, sir. I appreciate you.
I'll give this to a kid.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're trying to do.
Find
Just
a
give him
family.
out and be like, hey, you know. But yeah, we have some propaganda right over here. I'm sorry, messaging. We have some messaging.
The fact these guys have been here for days and days and days and have not yet.
And they're here.
For the abortion thing yesterday, I think that was a speed punch. They came, they were very rehearsed in what they did. And I found out last night or this morning around 2 a.m. at a church in Pleasantville got burned. Got burned by a Catholic church. So it's like, fuck. DC at this level before.
This is actually found of it. This is one of them. It was good.
And then driving New York streets is like, really nothing compared to New York. I got this one, so we just remember the roads go different ways. First road goes straight, goes east, and then keep going going west. Ride one of their.
I don't know. I imagine that's good.
How do you get on? Put 1 foot on it, it's going to go.
Not my forte.
Ooh. Throwing some off.
yeah, well that was it. Because I thought it was on the site and I couldn't find it. It was ordered.
That's how horrible it is. That dog's not fancy. 14 inches. Some kind of protein or something like that in excess of potentially die. Question is, how did you get that bored out down in there? So it's just so you saw it off.
So I put this in my bandsaw, I put another nut on it. So it's through.
Gotcha.
Buffed up the edge.
So you didn't hollow any.
Nope.
You didn't hollow that out. So you just
Put
screwed
that
that
in
in.
and I don't know, 2 or 3 turns. Ran this one in the rest of the way. Snugged it up like that to hold it. Welded that side.
Slick. That was a stainless steel welder. Like the Federman site. He made a stainless steel cool box.
Yeah.
That's not a good idea because when the sun's beating down on the stainless steel, you got a block of ice in there. He didn't insulate it enough.
Yeah, if you insulated it might benefit. You actually reflect quite a bit of heat.
And say probably had no good 50-pound block of ice and gone. Yeah, you needed a towel over it or something. It's white. Oh, excuse me.
Go ahead. How long have you been married?
40.
You have never heard that. Don't you think we ought to move it? Usually means, don't you think you ought to move it?
not doing an interview with fucking mom right there. I'll say something to start to whatever the fuck he wants, and then I'll be covered.
Okay. Hey, what's up? Welcome back. Yes, sir.
So, I am very, very opposite to your views.
That's cool. Yeah,
That's fine. I just wanted to see and get some insight as to why you're motivated to do what you're doing. There's a part of me that was thinking of the shooting minds.
no, absolutely not. No, we're peaceful and non-violent. We're not here to prison people. We're here to peacefully assemble and
So, when you think freedom initially, what do you see for everyone?
what do I see for
For everyone, no matter their race, no matter their sexuality.
opportunity to be there, I guess. That's probably
So, when I skip through what you wrote, and you know, this might be a misunderstanding, but it said that you were more or less against the thought of being pride, all that kind of stuff.
you want to be a homosexual, but that's fine. If you want to fix it here or whatever, people who are there for something like that. Might be that I'm like that. But for me, you can do whatever you want, man. You're free to do whatever you want to do. As long as there's consent.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, there's no consent.
But I'm really, really curious what drives you.
Psychological conditioning, I would say, a gap, balance between reality and expectation. Hey, I wish, hope, whatever, X, here's where I live, Y, shoot. Instead of equilibrium, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, if you don't stand with those views, what I find interesting is how you're still standing by these people that, by conveying these views, will lead to a lack of freedom for that group of people. Because, you know, back home, it might not be as bad, but here, if I was wearing a fucking theory for myself, you know, I want to live in a world where that sort of ideology of discouraging being who you are is that way. I want to live in a world where I'm free to look and do what I want to do. There are people out there who are in the community that I would associate myself with, which convey their views really bad. You know, all they do is shout at people. You know, and they get the wrong.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah, I do push that sometimes because it makes those people think that way.
Yeah.
But the issue is they then won't listen to anyone else that comes from that path. Do you have anyone that really strongly believes that way? Again, it's very small because I'd be interested to see. Oh no. What interesting.
Oh, you're gonna give him some luck. Okay.
I'm gonna take my pansexuality off.
Okay.
And I'm going to be completely neutral. And at the end of the discussion, I'm going to mention my sexual orientation and make them realise that they had a discussion. So I would be interested to see.
Sorry. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that. I thought you were a rock star or something.
In a way.
Rock star, reincarnated. I'm not sure. Hey, I don't know. I don't know how these people think about that because we don't yell and talk about that much. We talk more about the concentration and the high diesel prices.
It's pretty extortionate, to be honest.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, I don't know what's that.
So you guys would stand with Trump, I see.
A lot of us would in a lot of ways. It depends on who else is running and what they're standing for and what they're saying. Trump took a lot of things out of it. He was a little bit disrespectful in some of the ways, but he did good things for us in terms of national security and financially did very well for us. But right now the stock market's crashed. And you're doing pretty cool socially.
You know what I mean? And then you got what, like 50, whatever, Patriot types over here.
Yeah. It just doesn't. It
Well
won't
said.
work.
Well said, Dennis.
Yeah, I tend to see things in shades of grey, talking is not to lean too far to one side, but be in the middle so you say grey, because that's what you actually listen.
Well, there's a Robert Earl King song called Shades of Grey from that down there in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Right.
We are this massive right?
Yeah.
And I think it's like an upbringing of what those languages and cultures look like.
Yeah, right.
I'm always trying to switch out like Willy Wonka glasses.
Yeah, right.
So I can have that extra D.
Okay. Yeah. It's alright if I have a really quick chat with one of these.
Your friends. Well, in America, you still be speaking for long? No way.
Still going. Well, honestly, I don't know if she's still alive right this second, but they're claiming she is.
Yeah.
So excited. She's gone.
Right. Yeah. I guess she is.
Well, so much more. Having an audience and you can't have a camera here. It's unfair. You just can't. They make so much tourism. Yeah. So one of these guys.
Yeah, put it on everybody. Weapons and almost everybody. Streams around the world. Princes, oil fields.
Oh, cool.
I'm excellent.
What do you say?
Excellent.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Everyone's long. Everyone's long.
Hey. We're not really working on anybody wants this stuff. Hey, I'll see you about this started out.
Because, you want everyone to be safe with there's research, that say vaccines cause autism, but then there are loads of sources that say otherwise, and then it leads to problems.
I hope they give you that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I just find it interesting how, with the way views currently are, I've recently come up with a formula, right? I'm not going to dig any deeper with the first search I find. I'm not going to dig any deeper. I'm just going to accept that as an answer. Because me as a person, I do that because if you think about it, you dig so deep,
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, but extremes and extremes. Maybe there's a.
Give the first three.
You like the first thing that comes up is an ad. So the first thing that comes up on your is an ad, bro. I hear you.
Yeah, I see.
I want to know.
You're not streaming, are you?
Yes.
Oh, okay, thank you.
For what? Oh, your mom?
Yeah, I just
You
find
got
it
rocked the
interesting.
house.
Arguments,
Oh,
there's
shit.
no win.
And I
No
saw
win
you
on one
jump
side.
to
There
the
is There's only a place for systemic arms. That's just how people do things. No matter what you do.
Motivation. I talked about it in every one of my classes. Really nice talk to you, Oz. Hope you have a great time in the States, man. And I love the British rhetoric. Well, vaccines are a tricky one, aren't they? And then you make the comment. It's awesome. I love that rhetoric, and we don't always get that in the United States. Yeah, it's like making the statement and then having a discussion about it. I like the British rhetoric. Have a good one. Guys, we're going to do an interview with the media. Here we go. How do you do it? I know, right? Where do you want to go? Man, they should really interview the guys from like NASA and DOD who came out here to support us. Those are the people to freaking interview.
We have to serve them.
After us, maybe, but
Yeah.
you should definitely talk to those guys. Where do you want to start?
The shade's fine.
Okay.
We got a banner over there, the big one.
Let's go to.
Let's go to the banner.
Yeah, that sounds great. We'll turn it a little bit so you can get the Patriots in the back. That'll be great. We might get that guy's gay from England who came here looking for an argument and fight. We've won him over and pacified him, but we might not want to. That's what we need. Good job. Go Phils. Yes, sir. That's right. That's what I'm saying, man. Lenny Dykstra. These nasty little zip ties all need to be trimmed if you're going to put them on camera. Nobody did this. Oh, don't give me all right. Actually, go both ways.
Yes, I go by rap.
Tell me a little bit about what we're expecting the upcoming days. On your Twitter, obviously, you're saying it's going to get big. Can you just get some details of what we're going to be doing?
So we're here. It's day 5. We're told a lot of people said we weren't going to be here, and we're here, and we're gonna stay. We're gonna fight to bring back our constitutional republic and bring back morality to our country and have peaceful protest. So it's the character, the spirit, and the determination of all these patriots here is second to none. They're awesome.
Yeah, and it's been, like you mentioned, 5 days, and it's just going to keep going, right? How long do you expect to be out here? What are the next tactics that you're going to use to get more attention from people in Washington about you?
Well, you'll be able to see that on the live streams over here, and live stream has been awesome too, because it's some real journalism, and I respect all. And so yeah, you'll have to wait and see on that question, but we're going to just keep on, and we're going to be here until the mission's complete. Most definitely. We want more freedom and less government.
Yeah, I was speaking to some of the members a little bit earlier, and they were talking about going to federal buildings and being able to kind of relay your message. What is that message that you're going to be able to share, around DC to these different agencies?
I think if you look at some of the descriptions on the vehicles, people are here for a lot of different reasons, but one of them, and a lot of it's been our rally call is freedom. And that's going to be that in these other agencies. It's gotten too big. Government has gotten too big. Government is out of our lives. All this bureaucracy and red tape. I think American people can take care of themselves, and we're going to. And we don't need. They've overstepped their role, and they're not going to control our minds. But if it is from all the silliness that they've tried in the last 2 years, but it's been going on for a long time. And this is a nonpartisan movement. I think there's corruption on both sides. To be honest with you, it's not too big. We're just going to keep on inspiring people and winning hearts and minds and handing out our flyers. But we're going to be making some statements too, and you'll be seeing that.
Yeah, and how have people been receiving that information?
Oh, majority of the reception I think is good. You're always you can't make everybody happy, so there's some that aren't fans, and that's all. That's their right too. That's their opinion. Speech, all speech is free speech.
Good job, Rapper. I'm trying to not use as many inappropriate words this time. So you don't have to really edit it. You want me on this side with that beautiful flag in the background?
Yeah, switch sides to kind of facing. Yeah.
Okay. Just thank you guys for taking the time to even talk to us.
Yeah, of course.
We respect you journalists. Thank you.
Let's start with the first and last name.
Yeah, my name is X-Ray.
X-Ray. So X-Ray, tell me, so it's fifth day. Tell me how it's been through these last 5 days. Okay, give a summary of the experience.
It's just been, it was very trying at first, and then it's just become the most wonderful example of patriotism, one of the most wonderful examples of patriotism and diversity that I've ever seen. So I came in actually a day before the whole team did, and I did reconnaissance on the area, and I noted that on this block here, there's not a sign that says no trucks. So we brought a convoy in, including semi-trucks, and we parked on that road right there. And we had, 50 or 75 police officers show up and make a big wall, and they came and arrested our leader without having served him with any kind of summons or warrant or paperwork or traffic ticket or anything. They just arrested him. And there was a very heavy-handed approach. The policy alternative that was selected was a very heavy-handed crime control model policy. And that shocked and appalled the tens and hundreds of thousands of Americans that saw it happening live. A woman, a lady who's my mother's age, fell and broke her elbow. She broke her arm and was laying in the ground bleeding. And one of the police officers got in our leader's semi-truck without permission, drove it, backed it up into another semi-truck, caused damage to the fog light, and then drove away, fleeing the scene of an accident. There's a crime. Any of us would be in jail. We'd be hunted. We'd be fugitives if we did that. And that police officer just drove away. They took our leader away in handcuffs, and we became frustrated. I went police officer to police officer on X-Ray Vision on YouTube, and I said, hey, you had medical training. I trained law enforcement officers in emergency medicine. Why do you refuse to help this woman? Why do you refuse to help this woman? Why won't any of you help her? And I probably asked 20 or 30 people. I said, what's your name and badge number? And they wouldn't tell me. What's your name and badge number? And they ignored us. Next day, I was arrested 2 days later after I reported a crime that occurred against me. I was assaulted, and someone if you had the microphone here and then you jabbed it into my face. A woman did that with the bullhorn, and I created distance and retreated to the police officer, and I reported it to a sergeant. And he ignored me and walked to his truck. And I said, sir, a woman just struck me in the face with a bullhorn. I swatted it away with my hand, and I immediately retreated to you. He goes, I'm going to lunch. It's on my live stream. I'm going to lunch. And then I said, sir, 1,200 people are watching you ignore me reporting a crime to you. Why won't you help me? And later that day, he came and arrested me with about 50 officers on a violation. He said he watched a video of only my response, just me sort of doing that to the megaphone and not what happened before. And he admitted that, and the arresting officer admitted that, and the transporting officer admitted that, and refused to conduct an investigation. And they charged me with filing a false report to a government agent. And it's on video. I didn't file a single thing that was false. It did happen, and I was charged. And this happened after I kind of called this guy out in front of 1,200 people for not doing his job. We've seen police officers sleeping, in their cars over here. There have been 4 officers over there, 4 officers down there, 1 parks officer here, and 1 parks officer here 24 hours a day until yesterday, when there were 40,000 angry people at the White House, and they all left. So either A, they found, oh, now that's a credible threat, and they went there, or B, they just pulled back to open the door for what people were telling us was going to be an attack on our position. Even last night, we had Antifa staged bricks over here, go on their social media, say that they were going to attack us with bricks. We found bricks around the corner, 55 of them, reported it to police. Antifa went on their website and said they had spotters looking at us. So we went and put spotlights on the spotters until they left, and we recorded their license plates until they left. So we have people coming out to attack us. We feel like we've been treated unfairly by the police. Some police officers have been wonderful, but as wonderful as those officers are, some are on the other end of that spectrum as well. And the American people saw what happened there, and they will not stand for it. And so that was part of the catalyst that's bringing these patriots here.
And you were saying that obviously it's motivated other people to come out.
We're here for our freedoms. We've continuously experienced the erosion and degradation of our freedoms since our nation was founded. Right? It used to be life, liberty, and property. Then it became life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Then it became like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in certain places. If you say the right thing, as long as you don't offend somebody, to try to protect your career, your education, or your social position. And we're against the erosion of our freedoms. There's some points related to maybe energy efficiency and $6 per gallon diesel prices, $7 plus, in California. We talked about that a little bit. Maybe some problems with the southern border, right? You look around and the stock market's in the toilet, and so we're wondering, what's going on over here? What's going on with our elected and appointed officials? And I think that a lot of us have come to realize a certain frustration. And in so doing, we've come to realize that we have to stand up. And if we don't come together and stand up now, this may be our last chance. Who knows what could happen in the future? And none of us want any kind of violence. We do not want violence. We're telling people do not bring weapons. We do not want to storm the Capitol or take any public building. We do not want to overthrow the government. We do want to get back to the constitutional republic that Constitution of the United States lays out. We want to get back to a constitutional republic where power is pushed to the states, away from this overreaching federal government.
Are you prepared at all if they were to tell you, you have to leave, and what would be the next steps if they say we've got to clear out this area?
Yeah, we would just respectfully say, why? We're parked legally, we're paying the meters, we're moving every 3 hours, we're picking up trash, and the response would be that the vehicles are going to stay in park, and thank you for your opinion, but they're going to stay in park. They actually made us move every truck off of that block after they arrested our leader. And I said, well, sir, there's no sign anywhere on the street that says no trucks. And he said, yeah, there's one at each corner, the police officer. And I said, show me. And he said, no. And I said, well, I'm going to walk it then. And I walked it with my live stream, and there's not a sign. And I finally got one police officer to walk it with me. And we went all the way down and all the way back. And I said, so you agree there's no sign anywhere that says no trucks? And he's like, there's no sign. I'll look into it. And he walked away and didn't say another word. So you may see some trucks come in different areas, and you'll certainly see many, many more personal vehicles coming in. You'll see the flags. You'll see the patriots standing up for freedom. You'll see that the patriots will not continue to allow this to happen. And I said to the chief, the patriots are the only ones who back the blue. Antifa hates you, and BLM hates you, and people riot in the streets and shoot at you guys in major cities, and we wave flags with the thin blue line. If you treat us this way on live stream in front of hundreds of thousands of people, what do you think is going to happen with the perspective of the patriots related to law enforcement? And I don't know if that message got across or not. Maybe it did, but these individuals here, right? Many agencies are looking at us, and many entities are looking at us, and we certainly want to communicate that we're peaceful and nonviolent, and we have no intentions to overthrow the government or to take over any buildings or anything like that, any prisons. We do believe in term limits, and we do believe in accountability, right? But we believe in our system, right?
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
No.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Why not? I can't. I have a contract. I just started two months ago. I'm not trying to lose any contract.
Yeah, thanks for your time, gentlemen.
What if it was
No,
about?
I still got to pay my rent.
What if it's about being recorded? You won't even do that.
I legally can't.
Legally can't do interviews
You're going to pursue the charges.
as a
This is the guy
reporter.
they did the hit and run on, and he's going to press charges on the police officer tomorrow.
On your vehicle.
They stole Santa's vehicle.
Yes, I do.
You could shoot
X-ray vision. It's on X-ray vision.
Yeah.
Look on X-ray vision.
On YouTube.
I got a picture of the police officer that got in David's truck
which by
I
law
have
he
video of
shouldn't
him back
even
in
been
it.
driving.
Yeah, I have video. Well, that was a bit of a
They
It's right
had,
here.
They had a tow truck to pull it. That shouldn't have even been in the truck, much
Inside.
less moving it.
I said,
He hit my truck and then left. That's felony hit and run.
I asked the
I
owner,
will
I
be
said, "Did you
pursuing
give him
these
permission?"
charges.
He said, "No."
Video, where do you want them to send it?
Yeah, you can send it to my.
Hey guys, Visionaries, I need you guys to go get the video, Visionaries, of when the police officer who stole Santa's truck hit Brian's truck behind it and then drove away. And I want you to send it to this reporter.
I was also in
Visionaries.
contact with a certain FBI field office, not this one in DC.
Don't say too much.
Because this is the District of Corruption.
We don't want to get the
And
good people in
according
trouble
to
for being
them-
helpful.
Well, no, according to them
Just be
and
cool.
federal DOT, them enforcing the laws that we can't have commercial vehicles here, not posted.
There's no
They
signage.
can't force us to leave. It's not posted, and it was illegal for them to make us leave.
That's right. And the world saw it, and the world's not going to take it. And Americans are going to show up, and we're gonna have a big old freedom party.
This is Victoria. She was the
Hey, Victoria. How's it going?
Good.
Good. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
You saw it here, folks. You saw it here. Thanks.
I'm supposed to give you a plug from Gal and Jen
I can
Simpson.
give you a
You
shot.
know her?
Yeah.
Alright, well, I gotta have somebody to hold the phone so I can give you a
You just want pretense to come over and wrap your arms around my tight body, and that's fucking weird.
Oh, yeah,
Makes me
right,
uncomfortable.
X-ray, right.
That's the First Amendment right.
This is for
Hey,
Jen.
Jen.
Hey, Jen, we love you, Jen.
All right. That's like third-party sexual harassment. I like having another person come over and harass me, Jen. Thanks.
I'm harassing you with love, brother.
I know, I like it. Thank you. I love your bandana. I love your shirt. I'm so glad you're here, Rosie. Thanks. And you know what?
There's one thing you're right. To do so is a declaration of war of the U.S. Constitution.
Glad you made it back.
And according to the Justice Department and by federal law, the declaration of war in your own country is treason.
Hold on. No.
Did you want to put the
No, but we're going to go get one of the other ones, and we're putting it in
Hang on, my
the
finger's
sun.
stuck.
I do have a response. We're going to do it anyway.
We got to get a flag.
All right, well, we can do the sunroom thing.
Sandra, you over here, I'll get you a flag. Yeah, you got a choice. Give us the permit to do it, or we're going to do it anyway, and then we're going to sue you for violating the U.S. Constitution.
Right, but what I'm saying is like, is there like, does anybody have that that could see that so we could like inquire on it?
You always FOIA request that. I mean, you guys know it's a news station. You guys FOIA request permits all the time, and you guys FOIA request permits that get denied, and you guys get that information. So you guys reading lines in it.
Right. I don't have that information.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. I was just trying to. You informed me of something. I was just following.
You would have.
I feel like you're like think I'm like trying to twist anything.
No.
I'm just listening out. I'm hearing it. I'm
No, but my question wasn't being what makes the station not be interesting.
because we did it on Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
With the arrest, I was like, hey, let's
So the rest meant the station.
Yeah, that's the ones that cut road.
So we did a follow.
And said, we still haven't figured
I'm
out
gonna
what
make
we're
you
doing.
think about all of this is before fuel prices skyrocketed, Trump said himself that Biden was gonna make fuel $6, $7, $8 a gallon. Look at it. Everything that's happened, Trump said Biden was gonna do it. So they can try to tell me it's the way things played out. That is a straight out lie. He told you it was gonna happen. He knew it was gonna happen. It's not a coincidence. It's not a lie.
Here's a copy sent out today. Redress market. We got a line like this.
We have to get arrested for this.
Kind of powerful.
Did you see the clip they did?
No.
Oh,
He didn't
oh,
do
it's
it.
bad.
It was the other.
Yeah, but Channel 9.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was horrible.
Was it?
Yeah,
she
it
cut
said
the-
they cut off Rose when she was speaking, and then they said they still don't know what they're out there for.
It's mainstream media, and they would twist it.
Yeah.
Right.
They would try to bait you to say something. They will go back and cut it out
Yeah.
to fit their narrative.
Yeah, they
And
said
then-
that we couldn't
and then
even
they'll
say what we
push
were
it.
out. We said, and
So you
nobody can
just-
say what they're out here for.
So you just started?
No, I didn't just start. I just started off this station.
Because somebody puts in your chat
I'm
that
a
you want to
love
hug
spreader.
doesn't mean you have to molest them.
I'm a love spreader, X-ray.
That's my favorite kind of woman. What did you guys think? Did you watch the interview? Brian's filing the police report tomorrow. We just had a good interview with ABC. Super cool. We're going to try to get the word out. Trying to be careful with my verbiage, right, and respectful with my language, and I think it went well. It's Dom's mom. I didn't get to show you before. I'm sorry, because we had to do an interview, and it's Mrs. Smith, and it's Golden Chariot. Good, so that's his real mom. I just wanted to let you know. Yeah.
He's got a lot of stuff.
We have convoy moms. Yeah, it's great. And we really love and appreciate them. Yeah. I'm so glad you got to see him rocking the house in church. Golden Chariot's mom is here now. Look, we've got the news here on site. Thank you so much to ABC for coming out and taking the time to try to cover this. ABC and Univision are the only ones who have actually come out to talk to us, guys. And yeah, they were cool. They're respectful. You know, we should give them a flag, right? Let's try to get a flag on his camera gear.
What happened to the convoy? Did you do it? Did you have fun?
You have fun?
Oh, good.
And it was worth it.
Yeah, exactly. I wish I had been on this computer. I couldn't stand it. I went all night. I went to the memorial.
Patriots, cool. They came out to cover it. I'm sure that they're good, impartial journalists, and they'll do a lot of research. But Visionaries, if you could send it to the gentleman at ABC, send him some of that footage of the police brutality, right, that morning when Santa was arrested. Here are all the Patriots you can see. We have many, many more Patriots here than we did before. The Patriots are coming out. They're standing up for freedom. People are motivated. Bob is holding it down, keeping us safe. Sir, we're doing it. Bob, other Bob and Bob have the flags going. I'm not putting you on camera, no worries. Getting the flags on, looking good, brother. This beautiful flag's bringing them on in. You know, it's just about freedom, guys. It's about freedom.
We the people, we submit that the American people have endured repeated abuses from our federal government.
All right, guys, I still haven't showered. I had to do that interview, and they're having me do interviews now, and that might be a bad idea. We'll see how this goes. How's it going? Hey, would you like a flag?
Our founding fathers adopted a government.
Of course. You're welcome. Bye. Have a good day.
Ultimate power.
Yeah, thanks. I just gave that kid a flag. Look, he's got an American flag now. This Asian family came by. And the kid had a big smile on his face when he took the flag. He's waving it. You see him waving the flag? He's waving it. See? He just waved it for everybody. That's so cool. So you guys can see there are more and more Patriots every day. They're all the way down as far as you can see straight ahead. The Patriots are over here.
It is time that we reclaim our constitutional authority.
You can see Patriots all the way down the road. Patriots everywhere, right? All the way down
The federal government
and all the way back. Patriots everywhere, folks. And the Patriots continue to show up. They're coming and coming and coming, and we need you to come too, right? Everybody's coming. Don't you want to come too? And these are some of the finest Patriots I've met. Hold on. One of the smartest men I've ever met in my life is sitting over here, and I don't want to blow his spot up too much, but he is a visionary, so wait one. All right, who's on that megaphone? What are they talking about? I do have to shower up here pretty soon, so I'll show you the smart guy in just a minute. I need to take it away because I saw somebody. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Brilliant, genius. Hold on, I'm going to zoom in on you. Tape your cheeks.
Federal government has
All right, there he is. There's the brilliant gentleman. He's real smart, and I'm real glad that he came out to meet with us, and his wife is very nice too. And you guys get to see all the Patriots. The Patriots are everywhere, and they're all standing up for freedom. You know, and we're talking to people out here. We need you guys to show up. We need you to get out here. We need you to help hold the line. We need you on the line. Help hold the line, please. We need you. Get out here, Patriots.
outrageous financial burden on the American people by all their insane policies against energy, against receiving more energy, such as the Keystone Pipeline and the
denied leases on federal land. Less than 2 years ago, we were completely energy independent. Their policies have left us dependent on foreign nations once again. The Department of Education has neglected to respect parental rights. They have been indoctrinating our children with critical race theory and LGBTQ propaganda. Our federal government has at times surrendered our national sovereignty to foreign powers. It is proposing to give ultimate authority over our health issues to the WHO, World Health Organization, not Bill Broadband, the WHO. Our federal government and state government have failed to provide election transparency and integrity. The 1776 Restoration Movement we demand accountability for these and other unconstitutional actions. We wish, hope, and pray to return to a moral society and reclaim our inalienable rights stolen from us by our federal government. We must protect our national sovereignty and reject control over Americans by foreign governments or organizations such as the World Health Organization, the United Nations, so on, as well as secure our borders and our elections. We want this government to secure our borders and our elections now. We need to end the illegal COVID National Emergency Act. We must respect individual medical freedom and privacy, ending mandates and health passports. We need to restore a constitutional balance of power that limits the authority of the federal government and recognizes the proper chain of authority granted to we the people and the states. We the people call for a constitutional convention of the states, constitutional convention of states, to address the issues the federal government has failed to address. Look up conventionofstates.com. The federal government has proven that they no longer respect our Constitution or the rights of the people they represent. They have taken us on a dangerous path toward tyranny. We wish to remind our federal government of our rights that are guaranteed by the United States Constitution and given by God, not to the government. The Fed government does not grant us freedom, and the Constitution limits its powers. Yet they have been deaf to the voice of justice and in turn to the American people. We demand that our federal government return to the constitutional republic that respects our rights and the Constitution of the United States.
We wish to return to a moral society and reclaim our inalienable rights stolen from us by our federal government. We must protect our national sovereignty, reject control over Americans by foreign governments or organizations such as the World Health Organization, as well as secure our borders and our elections. We demand accountability for violations of our rights, for crimes against humanity, and elected officials that have violated their oath of office to secure the rights of the people and protect the citizens of this great nation against foreign and domestic enemies. Hello, America. We are the 1776 Restoration Movement. We're calling on every person in this great nation, the land of the free and the home of the brave, to join us in restoring this nation to a constitutional republic. We stand united to peacefully address our grievances and demand that our government restore the rule of law and our constitutional rights. The fear of government becoming too powerful worried the founders of this great nation. They had the foresight to include amendments to the United States Constitution that guarantee people's rights and provide surety that no future U.S. politician or president can ever disregard or take them away. We the people have forgotten the real power that we the people possess. We are a group of citizens from sea to shining sea. We are not only red, white, and blue. We are not a religious group or a political partisan group. We are not Democrat, Republican, Independent, Libertarian. We are the people of the United States of America, here to reclaim the authority and the power that is granted to us under the Constitution of the United States. This great beautiful nation belongs to all of us, and we are united in our mission and our cause. We believe the American people have endured repeated abuse from our federal government in its unconstitutional overreach and has limited our rights and violated our liberties. Our founding fathers adopted a government granting we the people ultimate power and control over a representative government. And it is time that we reclaim our constitutional authority over our governments. Some examples of these grievances that we are here to address include the federal government has superseded the authority granted to state and local governments, and ultimately we the people, creating an unconstitutional balance of power. The federal government has routinely ignored and trod upon our unalienable rights, such as life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The federal government has instituted unconstitutional declarations of national emergency. The federal government has failed to protect
Kids, it's for the kids. We only have like 5 left.
security.
Los niños. Look at all these kids waving their flags, guys. See them waving their flags?
Such as the Keystone Pipeline and denying leases on federal land.
All right, cool.
These policies have directly left us dependent once again on foreign nations.
All right, guys, we're going to go take a shower. I'm showing you the Patriots here. The Patriots are everywhere. We're waving flags. We have people marching up and down, giving the word. Bullhorns are going. We have people who work for NASA and the Department of Defense here. And we have all kinds of folks who wear all different kinds of outfits coming through. How are you? You know, and that guy was in a Hawaiian shirt before. Maybe he's one of, the you-know-whats. But that's it, buddy. Just wanted to show all of you what's going on with the Patriots here. And again, having people here from NASA and Department of Defense has been incredible. You're going to see Ottawa happen here. It's going to continue to happen here until we get more of our freedoms back, until our government wakes up, until our elected and appointed officials wake up and realize that they need to stop eroding our freedoms, right? That the American people aren't going to stand for it any longer. We can do so much better, America and Americans. We can do so much better, and we are doing better right now. In fact, having all these Patriots down here standing up is just, it warms my heart and it motivates me, and I'm just thrilled to see them all. I would love to see you guys down here too. Today we saw Polish Agnes, right? You got to give her a huge shout out. Got all these flags and the banners together, so I got to give her a huge shout out for that, right? She did a good job, really, really good job getting in the game, right? Showing that she's part of the team. So love and respect to all of you guys. Thank you for chilling with me today. Hey, you heard it here. UFOs, I guess that's out now. Maybe it was out, and I'll talk to you guys later. Love you. That was kind of crappy. It was a little flat. All right, there you go. Have a good one, guys. Love you. Bye.